Welcome to Muscle Bill's Muscle Kitchen, where we make high protein meals so you can get jacked and melt that sweet mama's panties off. It just happens to be Mother's Day weekend. And what a better opportunity to make a special meal for that special someone in your life. So whether this is for a first date or Mother's Day tomorrow or that single mom you've been working on for a while but not too sure how to impress, we're going to cook some high protein food because we all know you're looking to get jacked. And whether she knows it or not, she's going to want that high protein meal too. So we're going to slip it in without her knowing, just like last Tuesday. I'm Muscle Bill. This is my kitchen. Let's get cooking. Something you're going to learn about me real quick is I like to wing it, especially when it comes to cooking food, because it always turns out great. This is everything you're going to need. I don't know if we're going to use it all, but we're going to find out. You might be thinking to yourself, I don't have any fancy stuff. Well, that's okay. I don't have a table. I don't have a workstation. I'm going to do everything right here and then probably eat it right over there. So whatever you got, we can use this. You're going to need a pot and an oven. I'm going to use a rice cooker and an air fryer because, well, I have those things instead of a couch or a table. So shows where my priorities are at. Now, if I was you, and I'm not, but if I was, and I was going to use my oven to cook the chicken today, I would take this opportunity to turn that oven on to 400 degrees. Because just like on a Good Friday night, you want it warmed up before you put it in. So I'm going to pause. Now that the oven's on, I'm using the air fryer, so I'm not going to do that. But this is the prep work to save time later. Oven's on, let's get going. For the sake of efficiency, first things first, we're going to get that orzo started. Because I'm using the rice cooker, I'm going to put 2 cups of water, 1 cup of orzo into the rice cooker and get that going. And in with that orzo, we're going to put some salt. And because we're not following macros on this meal, we're looking to blow those panties off. I'm going to put in some butter because it turns this shit up big time. Trust me, when we get this finished, this is going to taste so much better with that butter and the Parmesan. This is going to pay dividends. We'll just give that a quick stir. Put the lid on and hit the go button. All right, now, before I get the chicken out, I put some parchment paper on the cutting board because I realized last night when I was making chicken that chicken sticks to my cutting board and it's a real pain in the ass to clean. So I'm going to try this trick. And now it's time for my favorite part. It's time to grab the titties. Depending on how comfortable you are with a knife and some chicken, this isn't that hard. What we're going to do is take the breast with the tenderloin part down and cut it roughly down the middle. Not all the way, but like 7/8 of the way. This is just to help cook that chicken evenly once we get it in the air fryer. Because there's nothing worse than dry chicken, especially when you're trying to impress someone. So it's just going to look something like that. Doesn't have to be fancy. We're going to do a couple of them because it's never worth cooking if you're just doing one. Who likes doing dishes every time you want to eat food? Like, fuck. What a waste of time. Now that we've got that chicken flattened out, we're going to put another piece of parchment paper on top. You can probably use saran wrap or something, I don't know. And now I need you to think real hard and grab your favorite meat beater. I know you've got one. I'm going to use this mug because why not? And we're going to smash these breasts flat. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Now that we've got those flattened out, I'm going to mix about 50% breadcrumbs and panko on a plate. Add any seasonings you want. Me, I'm going to add a little bit of garlic, a little bit of onion, and just a hair cayenne pepper. Maybe a little bit more than that. And then just for good measure, a little bit of salt. We're gonna mix that around. Truth be told, those are all the spices I have, so whatever, use what you got. From here, we're gonna take 1 egg, crack it on a plate. And we're gonna beat that around. Now, according to my scientific math, 1 egg does approximately 3 chicken breasts. So don't go wasting all these eggs thinking you're going to need them all and then dumping it down the fucking garbage. You don't want to be wasting all this good protein. So 1 egg mixed up on a plate. Nothing fancy. This is just going to help those breadcrumbs stick to the chicken. Now don't forget, we've preheated the oven. That Orzo's already cooking. So really, we're rolling. Now this is when it starts to get good. We're going to take that flattened chicken breast, put it in the egg mixture. It's just straight up egg. There's no mixing. We're going to drop that on the breadcrumbs. Boom. I can already taste this shit. I'm fucking pumped. Yes. Something about food, you know? Oh, don't boil over that. Orzo, getting a little hot and heavy over here. And now that chicken breast nice and coated, I'm going to drop it in the air fryer pan thing. Do the same thing with the second one. All right. For good measure, a couple of breadcrumbs on top because they always fall off. Now it's just in time for my favorite part. Coffee break. Whew. Yeah. Before we put these in the air fryer or the oven, I'm going to do a quick spray. I use avocado oil usually. You can use extra virgin olive oil. It doesn't matter. It just makes that way more crispy when it's cooked. So we're going to put those in and set it to 400 for 20 minutes. And we're rolling. I always like to take this opportunity to do some dishes because nobody likes to do dishes when you're done. There's just a whole fucking stack of them. So plates, cutting board, knives, spoons, whatever. Do that now. 10 minutes. I'm going to flip those chicken breasts. Orzo's still good to go. Just gave it a stir. I don't know if you're supposed to, but I did. And we're fucking cooking, man. Romaine hearts. Because nobody's got time to deal with the whole ass thing of lettuce. Clean knife. Chop the end. We're just going to cut like 1/2-inch slices. So let's say you want to do a low carb version. You're going to have a little higher fat maybe. No problem. We're going to have a little salad. Ready to go. So we'll prepare this 2 ways. Because I've got 2 chicken breasts anyways. Why not? Lettuce chopped. Now, we're going to get an avocado ready to go. Sweet. I'm sure there's lots of ways to do this. I haven't YouTubed it. Whatever. Let's get the avocado out of the fucking thing. Skin peels off. Boom. No problem. We're going to fancy this up. Angle slice. 'Cause why not? Boom. Avocado, lettuce, ready. Now, the other half, I'm going to try something else. I have avocado 2 ways. This one, same thing. We're going to take it out of the skin. Oh yeah, I cut this one twice. That's my bad. Oh well. There we go. Now we're just going to cut it up any old way. So I'm just going to mash it with a fork. A couple of those, California style. It's been 10 minutes. We're going to pause and flip. Oh, yeah. These are going to be good. Woo! Quick respray. And we're back on. I'm going to cut up an apple. I'm not sure why yet, but I'm going to. I believe this is called Julienne. Not to be confused with Julian from Trailer Park Boys. Now you may notice I'm using my favorite 10-inch chef knife from Cam. I'll link them in the description. Now, it may look kind of small on video, but if you're looking for any custom kitchen knives, Cam is the man. Highly recommend. This thing has been awesome. I've had it for like 3 years maybe now. Yeah, 3 years, maybe 4 almost. And it needs a good sharpen, but that's on me. This thing has been nothing but awesome. Into the avocado in a bowl. I'm gonna do like little lemon. I'm gonna put some of that garlic. We're gonna go with some salt. What else we have here? I guess that's it. Smash it up. Mish, mish, mish. All right, let's check on the Orzo. Yes, sir. Boom. This actually works pretty good. Now, Parmesan. Going with the real deal. Parmesan. Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. We're just gonna do a couple of those. We'll do 3 actually. It's not a crowd in the fucking risotto. Yeah. We're also gonna add in just a little more butter. I don't know. Oh yeah. All right, just kidding. I'm doing another couple of these. This is coming together so good. That's a heavy one. Boom. Tell me that won't melt your sweet mama's panties off. Holy man. A couple more minutes left on the chicken. What I'm gonna do now, we're gonna toss on a little bit more of this Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. Nobody checked my Italian. I just made it up. Oh yeah, fuck. Oh. We're doing a healthy serving on this one. Boom. Back in the game. Come on. Tell me you're not fishing with dynamite with this shit. All right, here we go. Just in time for my favorite part. We're going to plate it. We're going to do this 2 ways. I'm going to do risotto. This isn't even risotto. Orzo. Oh, maybe it's what you make risotto out of. I have no idea. We're going to fancy that up. First half. We're going to take chicken. Boom. Put it on there. I like this stuff because I trust the name. Sicilian gravy. Yeah. Minimal ingredients. I don't know anything about the company, but I know it tastes good. Uses olive oil instead of some other bullshit soy stuff. Yeah, I could probably heat this up. We're just going to drizzle it on top here. Boom. Do a little coverage. Need that parm. Back in the game. Parmesan on top. Boom. Other side of the plate. Here we go. We got some lettuce. Probably mix that up in a thing. Here we go. Lettuce. Apples. Avocado smash. P.S. It didn't smash because it was too hard, so it's still just in chunks. I cut it up smaller. It's all good. Now we'll do a little mix. Maybe a little bit of oil. Hang on. We're nearing the finish line here, folks. Just a little splash of Rooney. Boom. Lemon. Sure. A couple of those. Mix it around. Let's try a piece. Sure. A little bit of salad. Apples on top. So here we have it. Orzo, chicken, parm, salad. I'm going to cut this other half up. So what we can do is just slice that into slices, put it on the salad. You're looking for low carb, boom, salad, sliced chicken. I'll be right back. Chicken, high carb, little high fat for what I would eat daily, but this side, carbs, proteins. This side, little carbs, proteins, fats. We just add more avocado. Look at all this extra stuff I got. Way more than I need. So you could do like 4 chicken breasts easy with this recipe. That's extra. And real quick, I just want to point out, I didn't have a recipe for any of this. I didn't really know what I was doing. I wanted to cook chicken in the air fryer with some type of crumbs. I wanted to cook orzo. I've never cooked it in the rice cooker before. I didn't feel like trying to scrape it onto the bottom of the pot. So historically, I've always made orzo in a pot. I lose the bottom ½ inch because it burns to the bottom by the time all the water evaporates and whatever. It is what it is. It's a little bit more time to clean up. And so I tried the rice cooker and it worked out great. I wanted to be able to multitask cooking the chicken, prepping the salad, and all the rest of the stuff at the same time. And the rice cooker allowed me to do that. So without a rice cooker, still totally doable. The orzo takes a little bit more attention, a lot more stirring. Chicken, super easy in the oven or the air fryer. So regardless of the type of kitchen utensils and utilities you've got, it can get done. You know, it doesn't have to be fancy. It's always, well, like I said, I had no recipe. I don't know what I'm doing. I just smashed a chicken breast with a fucking mug. Like, it worked. And it turned out great. I feel like, yeah, we can overcomplicate things sometimes. And food is one of those things where, yes, there are some key things to know not to fuck it up all the time. And for better or worse, I've cooked thousands of chicken breasts in my life, and I have made many of them taste like shit. So 20 years of practice has got me to a place where I can cook chicken relatively reliably. Every now and then, I wish I had a thermometer again, so that's definitely on my list of things to get very shortly. But even without that, 20 minutes at 400, once they're thinned out. Thicker ones, you'd probably be 25, maybe 30, depending on the thickness. But thermometer to 165, if in doubt, it's the way to go. So anyway, I wanted to put this in as well, just to point out, like, I measure with my heart. I have no idea what the ingredients are with the amounts, but I'll include everything that I used in this in the description in the form of a grocery list. So if you're going to the grocery store this morning, tonight, tomorrow, whatever, you want to make this sometime, you've got a list of all the things you need to buy at the store. And that's it. It's really that simple. All right, fellas, fellas, anyone else watching, that's how easy it is to make a meal for that special someone. So if this is a first date, I'm telling you, I don't even have to taste it. This is fucking awesome. If this is a way to show that someone that you've been with for 20 years that you still care. Another great option. And I think the most important part of all this is to not cook with the expectation of something else. This is not an exchange. This is a gift. The exchange is in the energy you get from cooking and giving it to them. The excitement I feel by being able to cook for someone else because I know how good it tastes and how much I love food. So, unless you're a vegetarian or some kind of vegan or you don't like food for some reason, you're on your own there. But otherwise, this is for you. It's going to be great. If you make this, let me know in the comments how it goes, because I guarantee this is going to hit the spot and blow those fucking panties off. So, I'm Muscle Bill. This is my kitchen. Thanks for coming along for this first episode. And we're going to get into some more of these. So, thank you. I'll see you in the next one. Now we're just in time for my favorite part, cleaning up the leftovers. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah.